is called The Whisper of Our Souls. It's written by the Soul Matters team, who bring us our monthly theme materials. Come, let us listen with new ears. Do you hear it? That voice, so familiar, yet still far. Less a longing and more a knowing. A whisper of something inside that seems to have known us longer than we've known it. Come, let us listen together. Let us also sing together this morning. Please rise in body and spirit as you are willing and able for our opening hymn, Find a Stillness. And I don't have the number on here, Bruce. 352 in the gray hymnal. Little rock out moment. Fantastic. Our multi-age moment this morning is one of my favorite books to read, called You Should, written and illustrated by Ginny Tilby. All right. You shouldn't do that. Instead, you should climb this tree and dangle upside down with me. It's very fun, don't you agree? This is the way that you should be. You should. I should? Okay. If that's what you say, I guess I'll swim another day. Whoomp. When you walk, try this, you see. Throw your toes up high and free. Lift your chin and stretch your wing. A walk like mine is just the thing. I should? Yes, try. Like this. Reach high. This walk is hard. I don't know why. I should be able, shouldn't I? want a dance that's new? Here's the perfect prance for you. Spin and spin round and round until your feet float off the ground. Spin round like me, you should, you see. I should? But Okay, fine. I guess your dance is best, not mine. Ah! I'm stuck! Just my luck.
You look hungry. Come and eat. You should peck this treat. A hippo's chomp is dull and dreary. Peck is bright and cheery. Don't chomp, okay? You should obey. I want you to peck like me. I'll peck away. Kersplat!
I was afraid of that. Hello, friend, you like to sing. We'll help you sing the sweetest thing. Open wide and shout with glee. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ee, ee. You should. Okay, I should. Okay. I guess I'll sing like you, your way. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ee. Too much glee? Wear this hat, you must. I'm an expert you can trust. We'll toss your frumpy lump away. You really must, I say. I must? Okay, I won't delay. Goodbye, old hat that mother made. I guess I'll find a better trade. Oh my, your spot. That spot won't do. I've got the best spot for you. My friend, you should not wear that spot. Take it off, you really ought. I ought? You ought. My spot? Your spot. But I cannot. I don't know. They're going to try awfully hard. Not scrubbing, not erasing. A pick, ooh, ouch. And pulling, oh no. Stop! I like my spot. I like my hat. I don't want to sing like that. I prefer my la la la. Not ooh ooh ee ee ah ah ah. If I peck, I make a mess. But I can jump with sweet success. Spinning does not help my feet. I move to a different beat. I like your walk, but that's for you. I have a walk that's my own, too. Upside down is not for me. And I don't like to climb, you see. Today, I think I would rather swim and watch the fishes gather. You're welcome to enjoy a ride and float a while on my backside. But I won't say you should. I'll let you choose it, if you would. 'Cause very most importantly, I'm choosing to be me. I can only handle about one of those a day. So I'm gonna introduce for a second first before we get going with the excitement of the choir. So we heard an ooh, ooh, ah, ah, and a la, la, la. So I want to invite all of you for just a moment. What does your singing voice sound like in a few sounds? We're going to make a quick chorus. Ready? Who's brave enough to join me? Ready? Yeah. La, la. How funny we all harmonize and pick the same note. This morning I've invited our band and choir to perform a song for us. They're not just going to perform the song one time, but they're going to do it multiple times throughout the service in different ways. And this is a chance for us to hear different sounds, different reflections, different interpretations of the same song. It's also based in a practice of Lectio Divina, where I'm going to invite everyone here to listen to what is being played, both in listening to those who are playing it, but also listening to what happens inside of you each time you hear this song. Where do you feel it in your body? What emotions do you sense rising up in you? How does each different version, each different playthrough of the song settle in your soul, in your body, in your mind? So just be attentive to that as we listen to the first two renditions now, and we'll circle back around later. I'm going to show you the words, but we are not going to sing along. But I want you to see them in case you haven't heard this song before. It's called Voice Still and Small. With voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing. Calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years, singing. I invite you back into that place of meditation as we listen again to Voice Still and Small. Parker Palmer says, "Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to what my life is telling me about who I am. We're talking this morning about listening and listening within. I love the metaphor of song for this, partially because in our household there is a constant stream of singing, whether it is riffing off of what someone said and connecting it to a song we already know, or making up singing about washing the dishes or getting dressed. Song is a constant part of our life in our house. But to listen inside, to find the song at our heart, can sometimes be a little bit more challenging. First, what is it? What is it that we are trying to listen to that's at the core of who we are? Over the years, there have been many, many ways of talking about it. Some say it is our inner guide, our little Jiminy Cricket, and our conscious or better self telling us what to do and who we should be. Some think of it as an inner child, right? That part of ourselves from before all of the weight of the world was piled on us. Some call it God or spirit or our interconnectedness, that piece of us that is part of something larger that calls us to be more and to be more engaged, that calls us to be our whole self, that creation may be full of the beauty of sacred diversity in all that who we are and who we are becoming. Whatever name you give it, however you understand it, there's something that tugs inside each of us. In Unitarian Universalism, we as a faith have recently called that thing love. That we as a faith believe love is at the center of all we do and all of who we are. Some of us were lucky enough to receive that message of love as children, to feel an unconditional love that acts as our guide as adults. Others of us were not. And we've had to discover what love is as we've grown older. The world we live in today is not very good at encouraging us to listen to that voice, to that song inside. We heard in our story this morning how many external messages tell us what we should be, who we should be, what we should do in the world. And they make it hard to listen to our own voice inside, to listen to our own needs and our own calling and our own song. Sometimes we've experienced trauma, and that can actually shut down parts of our brain that allow us to talk about who we are and what we need in the world. Other times we simply don't have language to put to it. Brené Brown talks a lot about this in her latest book, Atlas of the Heart. That if we don't have the language to identify our experience and what it is we're feeling and what it is we need in the world, we can be lost and stuck in that space. It's one of the reasons I love studying various languages, because each has a different way of understanding our experience in the world and different words and language to use. Growing up, I studied German from my heritage and my aunt living in Germany. And they have a word called Heimat. Roughly it translates home, but it encompasses more than that. It encompasses our traditions and who we are and where we come from, as well as the home we are in now. There's no English word that quite captures the nuance of home, of that feeling of expression within. I think music has the power to do this for us as well and with us. There are times I have a feeling that I can't quite get out, but I can put a song on the radio and feel the beat in my body, hear the words of another and the way the notes connect to each other, the pauses, the harmonies, the dissonance, and it calls to my inner voice and allows me to connect to myself in ways that I can't always with words alone. So as we think about that music helping us connect, I'm going to invite our choir and band to do one more round of voice, still and small for us, and then I'll talk for just a few more minutes. You made it, Polly, you're okay.
Through all the
Thank you. As important as it is to listen for our song inside of us, it's also important to sing it out in whatever ways that may look in your life, whether it is literal singing, whether it is talking with someone. For me, some of those times where I have felt the most witnessed and sacred were dancing, or moving my body and allowing myself to be seen in that way. Whether it is art you do or action you take in the world, listening within is only the first step. We cannot fully know that voice and hear it and understand it until we bring it into harmony with the rest of the world. Until we start to riff and bounce off of one another. We don't fully understand how our own song fits with the rest of creation. It can be scary to face those inner demons, to listen to the pain that sits inside of us. But hearing it, witnessing it, is the only way to heal it and move forward at our own pace and in a way that gives us a sense of safety, not encouraging everyone to dive into their deep demons without a safe container. But I re-watched this week one of my, I shouldn't say favorite, I have so many favorites. One of the movies that makes me cry every time that I watch it. If you haven't seen it yet, I encourage you to. It's Frozen 2. Has anyone seen Frozen 2? Yeah, a couple of you. You'll make this connection right away. Frozen is great. I love it. But Frozen 2 really talks about this, listening to the voice within you and following it and trusting it, even when it takes you to scary, unknown places. And then bringing it back into the world and allowing it to change how you live. And often that means disrupting everything you knew was steady in your life. The ways we build up a way of being in the world that doesn't match who we are has to be shattered in order for that song within to come out. And next week, we will talk more about that. So now I'd like to invite you into our closing hymn, number 83, Winds Be Still, which I thought was very Frozen appropriate. Please rise in body or spirit.